Welcome back to our last nugget for the week. This week we have reviewed the theme of offerings, the motivation behind it, and how much is appropriate to give. How is giving connected to our worship? How God takes note of our offerings and giving big to causes that we consider worthy. There is a hair-raising quote by Ellen White in Testimonies for the Church that states that even though our offerings or donations may be misapplied and it doesn't accomplish what the donor had in view, God will still see to it that the giver doesn't lose their reward, because God looks at the sincerity of the soul who sacrificed themselves to give to his cause. The story of Hannah and Elkanah comes to mind. In 1 Samuel chapter 1, we read that Elkanah went up from his city yearly to worship and to sacrifice to the Lord of hosts at Shiloh. Every year, Elkanah would go with his family and give each of them a portion to present as an offering at the house of the Lord. The Bible also states that the sons of Eli were at the temple working as priests and that they were corrupt. 1 Samuel 2:17 reads, "The sin of the young men was very great before the Lord, for men abhorred the offering of the Lord." Now, imagine giving offerings under those circumstances. Eli's sons were openly corrupt. Yet Elkanah and his family went up to the house of the Lord year after year to present their offerings to the Lord. Talk about faithfulness in giving. Giving offerings is not because God needs our meager drop in the bucket. It's about trusting God in our giving back to him. May we never forget this. Some people argue that the reason they don't give offerings or tithes in church is because it's not well administered or because the church is corrupt. But God honors the faithfulness of the giver. Look at how the story of Elkanah and Hannah continues. Hannah was miserable because she didn't have any children and was constantly mocked by other family members. She poured out her heart to God about her troubles at the temple, and God honored her faithfulness and gave her not one, but many children. Samuel was the first of those, and he became one of the most important figures in the history of the people of Israel. And with that, we come to the end of the week. Please join your local Sabbath school tomorrow in further discussion of the lesson. God bless you.